Okay, here we are, day 4, and today we're going to talk about probably one of my favorite products and capabilities of Kajabi, their coaching products. So when we look under here, under the products, obviously you can go to all products, courses, and coaching. So we're going to just go ahead and click on coaching and get started here. You just click on the get started button. So this first page is about the details, right? So if I was going to go in here and I'd say, okay, my title is maybe technical support. Okay, my name and a description. And then an image here. Okay, so on this image, I'm just going to click here, upload an image. I'm going to go to my desktop under images here, and I'm just going to look for support. I think I've got something here. Tech support here. Okay, so I'm going to click, and you can just hit save, or I just hit enter, and then upload one file. You can click on upload one file, or again, you can just hit enter. And that's the first page. So then I just say continue, and now this is pretty recent. You can do either group coaching or one-on-one coaching. And the one-on-one coaching now, it used to be either single or multiple sessions, but now it's just one-on-one coaching, and you choose the number of sessions. And to be honest, I would always choose at least 2 sessions, because I'm finding that when I choose one session, even if I add what's called an ad hoc session that we'll talk about here in a bit, for some reason it doesn't show up right in the back office, and it may be just me. But if you're just going to do a one session coaching program, I'm going to put in here too, just so you can see. Okay. And then group coaching is you'd put a group name in there, how many sessions and so forth. And now you can invite a group of people, okay, to that same coaching session. But we're just going to go with the one-on-one coaching right now. We're going to hit continue. This is the power I love in this, right? So you've got your scheduling preference, your location, and the duration. So I'm going to go to the duration first. We're going to make this 60 minutes. It's going to be a 1 hour, right? Now we can use the Kajabi scheduler, and you can see here it says book sessions and connect your Google, Outlook, or Office 365 calendars for real-time availability. So I've got Kajabi connected to my Google Calendar, and I can use Kajabi scheduler and then schedule everything through the Kajabi scheduler. It checks to see if I've got any conflicts within my Google Calendar, and then books around it. Obviously, if I need to put in my Google Calendar something like doctor's appointment or date night or whatever, I can block that out. And then when someone goes in to book a coaching or a tech support session with me, it gets identified that that's not available, right? So the other thing under here is you can use Calendly. You can use a custom. You can do manual booking, whatever you want to do. Now, I typically use Calendly just because I can integrate that with my Notion and so forth. And I'm working on to see if I can even do that same thing through the Kajabi, because it automatically puts it in my Google Calendar. I can probably copy it from there. But either way, so in this case, we're going to choose a Kajabi scheduler, okay? And then down here, this is what's really cool. Kajabi has a live built-in video, right? So if you use a Kajabi live video for your coaching, you can then, it automatically is going to save it for you, put it in the back office, or the back, I guess you would call it their customer area, their membership area, where they'll be able to go into that particular session, and they'll see that the replay of that, the recording of that. Okay, sorry about the fumbling there. So that's one thing that is relatively pretty recently added, was Kajabi live videos in the coaching program. But if you do custom, which is what I do typically, on the location, I put my Zoom address, right? So I put my Zoom whatever their Zoom link is in there. And then that, again, that gets tracked through everything. And then when they get emails, they get all of that. It gives them that link and so forth. But we're just going to do the Kajabi live video right here now. And then we hit continue. And now it asks for our colors. Well, so I'm going to choose this orange here. And you can see that's what is the primary color is for like the underlines of these icons here, the button colors and so forth. And then I like just a plain old black. Makes it stand out a little bit. But you can choose whatever you want in there. Okay. And then this is another cool part, because you can either say this is going to be a free program, right? Or a paid program. Is it a one-time? Is it a multi-pay? Is it a subscription? So maybe you're charging $500. You want to give people the option to pay 2 monthly payments, something like that. Maybe it's a subscription. So they bill $20 a month and they get, a coaching session every month, or one time. So we're just going to do the one time in this case, and we're going to make this $100. And here's another new thing, right? Let your customers pay what they want, right? So it's going to tell them that if they really like what you're doing, they can give you $150, right? They can't go underneath the $100, but they can give you something more, right? So that's kind of a cool option to give them. Now, when you go down here to the payment plans, one of the things that they, again, have introduced recently is Kajabi payments. Okay. So you do have to, I believe, hook up Stripe to your account, but this takes care of everything. And once you select that, this is brand new Afterpay for those people that want to do outside of the country or something, that want to do multiple payments and so forth. You've got Google Pay, you've got Apple Pay. I've also connected my PayPal, so I can do PayPal, right? But you would just click here for Apple Pay and Google Pay. I don't really use the Afterpay and PayPal. Their fees seem to be really high, so I don't use them very often either. And I've had people actually pay by check and then you don't get paid for like a week or something. So, and then you just save and finish. Okay. Now you come to the kind of the editing, the setup page of the support. Here's going to give you a list of all the clients that have registered for it. Package outline. You see we have 2 sessions. So a lot of times what I do is, and you can go in and name these, whatever you want. You just click on here. You say edit details. Let's say I want to, primary tech session. Okay. And then if I wanted to add an agenda, a bunch of agenda items, or I wanted to add a bunch of resources that they would get automatically, I can add those here. I just click here, I either put a file in there or upload a file, or I put a link in there. Same thing if I wanted to add an item here, get to know the challenges okay, and I could say add that, and that's going to be the agenda maybe for what you're doing, and then you save it, right? And then now it says primary tech. Now I would then, for me, I come in here and they don't know about this because they think they're paying for one session, but I tend to give them a bonus session, as you can see, and this. Okay. And again, if there's anything else I wanted to add, there it is. Okay. So now I've got the outline, and you could just leave them, the way you want. You don't have to put any details in it. They're going to just see it as whatever you have there. It also creates the offer for you. We're going to go to that after we go to settings here. But once you go into the settings, again, you can come in here, and if you need to change any of these things, you can. Here's where you can manage the availability of your calendar. So you can click on here and set up what your hours are for Monday, for Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Friday, Saturdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's say you take Saturday and Sundays off, or let's say on Sundays, your availability is from, I don't know, I usually do like 9 a.m. To 1 at the latest, right? And then here's a booking time window. So set your booking window up to 3 hour up to 3 months in the future. So this just tells them, hey, when you came in here to book your coaching, you can only book, in this case, 4 weeks ahead of time, 1 month ahead of time. And here's the minimum notice. Now, I normally would make this 30 minutes. I don't want them putting something together in 15 minutes. And then down here, you can create that connection, right? You can sign in with Calendly, or you can sign in with, Google Calendar, however you want to do it, right? So if I wanted to sign in with my Google Calendar, I would click on here. I would pick my Google Calendar. It already has access, so I would just say continue, and it's going to take me back to that page, and now it's connected here. Okay, so it's already set up to look at my business, check for conflicts here. I can, if I select a calendar to add the events, I can click on this little gear here, and it'll give me all of my calendars, and I can decide what I want to do, right? So it's going to add them to the business calendar, but in this case, I have one that is called Calendly Appointments, so I'm going to say I'm going to add it to that one instead, okay? Because that one is set up on mine to oops, did it to the wrong one. Okay. Check for conflicts. Okay, so under here for check for conflicts, I want to go, actually I want to do business, and this is the calendar I want to add it to. No, I want to add it to Calendly Appointments, but I want to check for conflicts in the business also. Okay, does that make sense? So what I'm doing is I'm adding it to this, and if I show you my calendar real quick, you'll see these are all red, right? That's the Calendly appointments. So I wanted to add it to that because it's going to make them red for me, but I also wanted to check for conflicts in anything business and so forth. And I would also probably check for anything I have family-wise, right? Okay. So you can, how you have your calendars worked out, you can have it check, make sure there's no conflict for any of those, right? So that's the settings. Okay. Now if I go back to, I think it's the dashboard here. Let's go back to the programs. Let's go into this program. I go to offers. Okay, so it set up my offer for me. So here's my offer, and it will also be under sales under offer. But if I click on that, I can see that it set that offer up for me. It's already added the product for me. I can add, when they can get to the product, begin access at a specific date, restrict access to a specific amount of days, where they go afterwards, which the default is it's going to take them to their product library when they log in to their membership area. And that's where the product will be, and they can click on it and do anything they want. What kind of emails you want to send out, any automations. And I will typically put an automation in there, at least one that says, add a tag, right? But most likely, I'm going to add them to maybe an email sequence or something like that to welcome them aboard and give them any, things that they need to do to get set up for it and so forth. But if I want to change any of the pricing, I'm going to go to pricing, and we're going to go into detail on offers at a later day. But this is where you would change that. You can edit the checkout and how it looks and everything else. And then when you're done, you save it. Okay. So if I go back to where I was, I've gone through the clients. And again, if you have a client that is signed up, you can look at the active ones, meaning people that are scheduled and they're coming up. And once they have had their appointment with you, they would go into the past list, your package outline, your offer, and then your settings. And if I wanted to add another session at any point at this time, now this is not going to affect somebody who has already purchased, right? Someone has already purchased and you add a session here, it won't reflect on theirs. But so if I click add a session here, I would put the title of it in. Maybe this is bonus 2, Okay. And now everybody from this point on, here it is. I'm going to save it. And now I have bonus 2. Everybody from this point on is going to get that. The people that have already got it, that's not going to show up for them. Okay, so now I'm back in the what I did was I went and added myself as a client. So now when you can see under technical support here under clients, it's got my name. So I can, and it says, when I joined, how many sessions have completed out of the total number. You see it picked up that third one. So now when I go here to my back office for the admin side, for my side, not for the client side, which is me too, but I can do a number of things. I can, before we go to the scheduled sessions, I can do notes. Here's the details. So when I'm done with my Zoom video and it's processing everything, I upload it, and I upload it here as an MP4. I can add some items for the agenda. I can mark this coaching as complete and so forth. I can come over here to resources, and I typically upload some free PDFs from some ebooks and checklists and stuff. And then under notes, I can put shared, in this area, shared notes that we both see, or I can put my notes in here that only I see, right? Customer, client is struggling in this area, is doing a great job in this area, needs to work more on this, and da-da-da. And then up here, I can, give assignments and homework and all that other stuff, and there's shared notes. Now, if I want to schedule a session, I would just come here to schedule, okay? And let's say I want to schedule it on next Monday. You see I've got these openings here, so I'm going to say I want 9 o'clock. I'm going to confirm that and say okay. So it would send me an email saying that it was confirmed. If I'm the one doing it, and I'll show you that side, the user side of it. But also, if I went into my calendar here, you can see that it's got this thing right here, right? Technical support primary. I'm not sure why the lines are through it, but there it is. Okay. So if I go back here and I say, okay, well, you know what? I need to reschedule this. I'm going to reschedule it for Monday, but I need to do it at 12:30, right? So I'm going to confirm it, say okay here, and then I go back here, and you're going to see this move to 12:30, okay? And it should do it relatively quickly. Okay, so that will happen. And then if I go in here, I can cancel it. Okay, so let's just check one more time. Oh, you see now, okay, so it takes a little time for it to integrate and connect and everything. So now it's moved here, and it wouldn't give me, the other option was 4 o'clock. So see, it wouldn't give me anything during these time frames because it's checking to see if they're blocked, and they are. So that's fine. Now if I go back here and I say, okay, I'm going to cancel that session, I can reschedule it if I choose. Oh, wait, you know what? Maybe I'll just reschedule it. But if I want to really cancel it, I'm going to say cancel. Okay. And then you should see that it is going to just disappear. And again, it takes a little bit for it to connect and do that, but it will disappear here in a second. In fact, if I come out of here and go back in, and there it goes. Okay. Incredibly powerful. But that's the back office. That's how I would do it. If someone reached out to me and said, hey, I can't get into the back office, I want to schedule for this time, I would go either in there and say, okay, yep, we can schedule it then or whatever. But you notice once it's canceled, this becomes available to schedule again. Okay. So that is the look of what I see in the back office. When we come back here, I'm going to show you what the user's going to see. Okay, so now here I am on this, and again, this is just a test site, but here I've logged in, and here's my product. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to view the product now from the customer side. And you can see they've got primary tech, bonus session, and bonus 2, and a schedule now. So if I click on schedule now, it's going to give me this, again, schedule session, right? But here's my details, notes, and resources. So if I'd uploaded any resources, they would be in here, but you'll see under the details it says get to know. I can check that off. Get to know the challenge, right, that people have. But if I want to schedule, I would click schedule again here. It's going to bring that up. I'm going to choose 9 a.m. confirm it. say okay, and this one automatically now December 4th, I can come back here and look at 9 a.m. Boom. If I wanted to join the session right from here, I would just click join session, and it's waiting on me for the host to start the meeting, right? And it's using Kajabi Live. So very, very, very powerful way to use this and really do some amazing things with your customers, your clients, and so forth. So let me see why are we okay. Now, if they wanted to reschedule, they got the same options. They can cancel it, reschedule it. Okay, so let's go back here. You can see here it is. Okay, but if I again let's go ahead and we're going to cancel it. Okay, and now it's canceled, and they can click this little back arrow here, and you can see that it is all ready for them to reschedule, do whatever they want. Again, if I go back up here, in a few seconds, this will disappear, and that time will be available again. Okay, and there it goes. So now you've seen kind of the back end and the customer side of it, and how powerful this is. Amazing, amazing product. If you're in Kajabi and not using the coaching program, if you're doing coaching and mentoring, I would highly recommend that you do it. If you're not in Kajabi and you're not using it, if you're not using Kajabi yet, and you really want to start a coaching or a mentoring business, then I would go to rondeering.com/Kajabi and get my 30-day trial. You will get, once you sign up for the trial, you'll get my Kajabi course, my mini course, and then if you continue to try after the trial, I will give you a free one-on-one session with me. Probably comes with a bonus too, so to help you get up and running and get your Kajabi business started correctly. So God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.